Hello everybody, I'm Katie, welcome to the Book Buddies, and before we get started with the video, I just wanted to mention that at the end of this video, so you don't actually have to watch it at the beginning, I will be giving you a slight schedule type thingy at the end so that you know what I'm going to be doing for the year, because I'm going to have to do some changes to the way that I normally do things and blah 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 blah. And anyway, just letting you know that that will be at the end of the video. But this video is my January wrap-up and my February TBR, and in the month of January I read 3 books, and I haven't yet read anything in February, and I know it's already been like, I think 7 or 8 days, but oh well. Okay, so in the month of January I read The Search for Wendla, which I do not have at the moment. I am letting Kayleen borrow it, and I gave it 5 out of 5 stars, I believe. And it was so good. I finally finished it. I don't know why it took me so long to finish. Well, I do know why it took me so long to finish, but it was great. I really, really, really liked it, and I will most definitely be finishing the series. This is a series about a girl named Wendla who lives in the sanctuary, in an underground sanctuary with her mother, and the mother is not her actual mother. It is M-U-T-H-E-R, and she's a robot, a utility robot. I can't remember the whole acronym, what the whole acronym means. And she is training to go up to the surface, and this catastrophe happens, and she's forced to go up onto the surface, and it is not the planet she was expecting it to be. And it is so interesting, it is so cool. The world building is very nice. I really like the world building. There were a few spots in the series, or in the book, that were like really cliche, like some of the things that they said or some of the things that they did were pretty cliche. But overall, I thought that it was very interesting. The next book that I read was The Copper Gauntlet by Holly Black and Cassandra Clare, and this is the sequel to The Iron Trial, and this book, oh man, this book was so good. It was so good. I really liked this book. It was amazing. I'm not going to tell you anything because spoilers, of course, but a lot of people are saying that this book is kind of slow for the beginning, but I thought that it got off to a fairly fast pace pretty well in the beginning of the book, because there's this conflict that happens, and I'm not going to tell you what that is, of course, and that just kind of leads into the rest of it, and it's a pretty big conflict, I think. So I don't know why people are saying that it's slow. I guess it's not because the main conflict of the book has started yet, but there is a conflict at the beginning, and so I'm a little bit confused as to that. And another thing is that I honestly liked this book probably more than this first one. I really liked the first one. I think I gave it 4 out of 5. But this one I gave 5 out of 5 because there were lots of twists and turns. The plot twists and things were like that were really well done. I thought the writing is very nice. And I like the story. I like where I think that it might be going. I don't know, of course, because I swear every book has a huge plot twist. This is a 5-book series, I believe, and the 3rd one is coming out this year, so I'm super excited. I'm going to be getting it right when it comes out. And one thing that really annoys me about like the people who read this is not necessarily this book. It's just that if you go on to Goodreads, a lot of the comments and things like that are about how it's a ripoff of Harry Potter, and I have not read the books. I admit I have not read Harry Potter, but I have seen all of the movies, so I do know what the plot of Harry Potter is, and I do know how the story goes, and I don't see the similarities. I mean, I do see some similarities, because this is a magic school, and there are 2 guys and a girl in the main group, and then they have like kind of like the antagonist friend kind of person, kind of like Draco, whatever. And so, I mean, I do see a few similarities here and there, but to say that it's a ripoff is very unfair. So don't trust those Goodreads things, what are those called? Reviews that say that this is just a ripoff of Harry Potter, because it's really not, at least not the first 2 books. And the 3rd book that I read this month was Tiger's Voyage by Colleen Hawke. This is the 3rd book in the Tiger's I guess it's saga, the Tiger's Saga, and there are 4 books in this saga. And this series, oh man, I think I'm going to give this series a review because I have enough mixed feelings about it that I think that it would make a good review. Of course, I don't know that. I'm not a reviewer. I don't know how to review things, but I'm going to try. And this story is about a girl named Kelsey who meets a tiger, and this adventure ensues. And the adventure itself is really nice. I really like the adventure itself. But there's so much romance involved, and there's so many there's so much unnecessary drama. I'm not going to go into it because, like I said, I want to do a review of the series, and so I'm not going to say anything else because I want to do a review on it. So, but yeah, this is the 3rd book, and I read it, and I think I gave it 3.5, but I think I'm going to take it off and just be like a 3 because it was good, but it wasn't great, and there were too many things in it that annoyed me, I guess. And so those were the 3 books that I read in January, and for my TBR, I really only know 1 or 2 books that I'm going to be reading for sure. I will be doing a book haul later on this week, so you're going to be seeing a couple of books early from that book haul, but just like 2, I think. But anyway, so the first book that I know for sure that I'm going to be reading is Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard, because I have been reading this book for forever. I'm a little less than halfway, and honestly, if I just sat and read this, I could finish it so quickly. It's not a hard read at all. It's really good, and it's really good, and it's not a hard read. Like I said, it is a Rick Riordan novel, and I love Rick Riordan, so I don't know why it is taking me so long to read this. I honestly don't know, because I really enjoy it when I read it. It's just one of the... But I will at least be getting farther into this book. I want to finish it. I really want to finish it, but I know for sure that I will at least be getting farther into it. 2 books that I absolutely know for sure that I am going to be reading, one of which I might have already finished by the time this video goes up. And these 2 books are also going to be in my haul video, so you're getting a little bit of a sneak peek to that. And the first one is Amulet Volume 1 by Kazuo Kibushi. And this is a graphic novel that I've seen around on the booktubes, but I have not checked out, and I really have wanted to ever since I saw it. And this is the book that I will probably have finished before this video even goes up, because it is a graphic novel. It will take me like 10 minutes if I soak it in, super soaked it in, to read, and I just really want to read it. I don't know what this is about, but I love the art, and I just in general love comic books and graphic novels. So I will probably get this done so quick. So this is definitely going to be one that I'm going to be reading. The last one that I know absolutely for sure that I'm going to be reading is Tiger's Destiny by Colleen Hawke, which is the last book in the Tiger's Saga, at least that I know of. I think that there's a prequel that came out like last year or 2 years ago, and I think that there's going to be a 5th one that comes out, but from what I've heard, like, there's no reason for there to be a 5th one because the story ends in this one, so I may or may not even read that. But when I finish this one, at least until I decide if I'm going to be reading the last one, if it ever comes out, this I will consider the last book, if I like the ending anyway, or if I think that it resolves everything, or the things that it should... Never mind, I can't talk. But yes, so this book is actually shorter than this one. Quite a bit shorter, actually. I didn't realize that. Like, they all got bigger until this one. And I think this one's about the size of the first one, honestly, which I don't have in here. But yes, so this is also going to be the book that I'm going to be reading, and it will mean that I have finished one of the series that I plan on finishing this year, and I'm so excited because I will finally have a finished series on my shelf that isn't Percy Jackson, and that will be phenomenal. That will be great. Okay, so that was my TBR and my wrap-up, and so now on to the little schedule change update thingy. I am very busy this semester. This is my last semester in high school. I am going off to college next semester, and so this, like, few months is going to be super, super, super stressful. Last month was awful. I hated last month so much. But I will be having to work on school, and I have to work on school, I have to work on stuff for college, and I have to do some other things, and then I have to get a job at some point and work and get a car and blah 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 blah, and I'm very stressed out this semester, and so these videos will probably be really erratic. I don't know how often I'm going to be able to get them up. I have it planned to where I will make a video on Wednesdays and put them up on Thursdays, probably around 4, I don't know, later in the day anyway. It'll definitely be after 3, but there's not going to be any, like, real regularity to these. I might have one up every week, or I might have one up every month. I mean, they're not going to be, like, really cool videos. They're probably going to be the same things I always put up, like the wrap-ups and TBRs and the, oh, what are they? Tags. I do tags a lot. I probably should try to find other stuff to do and not just tags. And I might put up 1 or 2 special videos, like a bookshelf tour or something like that. But all in all, I'm going to be pretty erratic on here. This is one of my back burner things. This YouTube, booktube stuff is kind of on my back burner because I've just got so much stuff to do. And so so this is not something that I'm prioritizing really. But I will try to have at least 1 video up a month because I do not want to just completely abandon the channel. Kayleen's been super busy. She hasn't been able to put anything up. She hasn't even gotten on YouTube at all in the last few months because she's been so busy. And so I want to keep the channel going at least. And since I'm not that busy, like that busy, I am busy, but I'm not like overload busy. I think that 1 video a month should be perfectly possible. And honestly, I think at least 2 videos a month should be possible. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do my weekly geeks like I wanted to do over the summer. I'm going to try to do them, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to. I already have most of it ready to do, like I have all the scripts and I have done the research and stuff, but I haven't filmed anything. I didn't think that far ahead that I should have pre-filmed stuff because I don't think that far ahead. So whether they actually go up or not is kind of a toss-up. I want them to go up. I really want to do the weekly geeks, but whether they happen or not, I don't know. So I know I've told you that I was going to do them, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to. I hope I can, like I've been saying, but yes. So those were the things that I had to tell you, was just that I'm super busy, so I don't know how the videos are going to be going, and that the weekly geek may or may not be happening. Hopefully it will, but I don't know. So, anyway, until my next video, which will probably be in a few days, and it will be a wrap-up, or not a wrap-up, it will be a book haul, and it will be all the books that I have gotten since the last book haul I did. So I think that's quite a few books, I think. It's about 10, maybe, or like somewhere around there. So until then, I will see you all later, and I'm going to just go ahead and start this. So I'll use it as my outro, and I will see you all later. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you so wish. And follow us on Instagram and our 2 Goodreads pages, and they are on the bio thingy on our channel. So hope to see you there. Goodbye.